In 2022, AS Roma won the Conference League under the guidance of Jose Mourinho. A truly big moment as they beat Feyenoord 1-0 in the finale that even made Mourinho cry. But for over 7 years now, AS Roma has not qualified for Champions League football. It's been 17 years since the last Italian Cup and 24 years since the last Serie A title where Totti was the leader of this team. With Gasperini appointed as the new coach in June and the signing of Evan Ferguson, who already scored a hat-trick within 25 minutes in pre-season, a new hope emerges for Roma, especially considering that Wesley, an incredible Brazilian right-back from Flamengo, has just signed as well. Topped up with the signing of El Ainaoui, one of the best at interceptions and blocks compared to top 5 league midfielders, who also managed to get 8 goals and 1 assist in 24 games for Lens. How far can AS Roma go next season to finally win trophies once more? Let's find out. So let's begin by taking a look at how AS Roma finished this past season. 5th with 69 points and just 1 point behind Juventus, who obviously qualify for Champions League football, while AS Roma is not capable of doing that. And well, this is basically the squad that you had at AS Roma in this previous season. There's going to be a bunch of changes to it as we go into the next, as we bring in all the players they have actually signed and let go of the ones that obviously have left the squad. But let me just tell you that Ranieri was the coach that led this team to that 5th position, the man who made Leicester City win the Premier League title. And despite that being one of the better finishes in like the past 5-6 years, he has left the club now. So let's begin by taking a look at the players who have their contracts running out or the loan deals expiring. First of all, Claudio Kone is staying until 2029 by option. Is now going through there. Hummels is actually retiring. He's not going to be playing for AS Roma anymore. Salamakers will return to AC Milan. Victor Nelson will go back to Galatasaray. They are not making use of their 12 million euros option to go ahead and sign him permanently. El Shaarawy is apparently taking a pay cut and is willing to stay for another year. His contract has been extended. When it comes to Marin, he is apparently leaving on a free to PSG. And Jourdain, who was loaned in from the likes of Salzburg, is leaving. The option has expired in that case. Let's take a look at the players that have actually left AS Roma this summer. We're looking at Shomurodov, who has joined Başakşehir. We're looking at Dahl, who has left to join Benfica. Zalewski has gone across to Inter. Paredes has gone back to Argentina to play for Boca Juniors. He's going to cause some havoc over there against River Plate. That's going to be insane. And then you have Tammy Abraham, who actually has moved to Turkey to play for Beşiktaş, which is a move I didn't expect. I thought he was going to come back to the Prem maybe at some point. But then Enzo Lefe, talking about the Prem, Sunderland, as they go up, have made the purchase complete. They have pulled the option, I believe, or at least signed him for 23 million at the end of the day. So those are the players who have left Roma. When it comes to rumored departures, Artem Dovbyk, who actually just recently had joined from Girona, apparently could be up for sale, especially with the incoming of Evan Ferguson. I guess this kind of would make sense. And then Pellegrini I'm seeing, which is quite interesting. Now, obviously, he's the captain of AS Roma, but the news that I'm looking into right now are obviously stating that his contract is running out. And I've just checked myself. It is running out in the next year. He still hasn't extended. So if AS Roma wants to cash in, now is the time to sell. And apparently, teams like Juventus are interested, and they would take in like a 20 million offer, which is a bit mad. So there it is. Dovbyk leaves to the Premier League for 48.9 million, and Pellegrini moves across to Napoli for 26.8, because as we all know, Italians love to stay in Italy and switch teams constantly. That leaves us with a budget of 162 million now, and luckily, AS Roma are still linked to plenty of players that they want to get in this summer. For example, this one, Man City and AS Roma are in advanced talks for Claudio Echeverri to go out on loan for a year. Let's just make it happen. 19 years old, 76 rated, former River Plate talent. Now at AS Roma to get some play time, because at Man City, he's just not going to get it, let's be honest. Fabrizio Romano is reporting that Daniele Ghilardi joins AS Roma on 10 million initial deal plus add-ons from Hellas Verona. That young man is now becoming a part of our team. And this could be a big one. 14 on the back like Gyökeres, but he is a centre-back. He is coming into our team for 9.8 million, so pretty much the amount that AS Roma has paid in real life as well. He is 74 rated though, which is quite impressive. 22 years old, 61 pace, and 75 defending, 72 physicality, 6'2" tall. Now let's welcome the ones that actually have been signed already. Davis Vasquez from AC Milan has joined in this season, and the same goes for Wesley, who I actually put into the game myself. His picture's right there, but he is 74 rated, 21 years old, showing great potential. What a player this could be for this team. El Ainaoui comes in at the rating of 78, 24 years old, 6'1" tall, gonna be a special midfielder for us. And of course, let's not forget Evan Ferguson, just 20 years old, 76 rated. What a talent he could be for this team. When it comes to the formation, we could be lining up like this in a 3-4-2-1. Evan Ferguson up top, supported by Dybala. And in the other cam position, it's going to be a battle between Baldanzi, Soulé, and Echeverri. So that's going to be good. And on the right midfield position, rather than right back, I think Wesley could fit in very well into this formation. He's so good moving forward. So this just makes a lot of sense. And in that position, I believe his rating goes up by quite a bit. So I'm excited to change him to a right midfielder. And then we have Kone on a 78, El Ainaoui on a 78 as well. These guys can hold it down if necessary, especially with Pellegrini leaving. And then we have Hermoso, Mancini, Ndeka, and the very talented and now rising talent once again of Svilar. I'm very happy to see his comeback, because at one point when he was at Benfica, he was making huge mistakes and so many people wrote him off, and now he's fully back, and that is beautiful to see. However, when it comes to the lost son of AS Roma, Edoardo Bove, 23 years old, was loaned out at Fiorentina, and obviously, as you might know, he collapsed on the pitch, and that was scary. And apparently there is an issue with his heart, and due to that, in Italy, even if you do recover from it, you cannot play in the Serie A. So it looks like he might have to go abroad. So what I'm gonna do is I will just loan him out. I don't want to sell this kid, man. I'll just completely loan him out every single season, and we'll just follow his career from afar, because it seems like he won't be able to play in the Serie A. Okay, I was just on a page that is focused on AS Roma transfers only, and apparently Kumbula is open to leave right now. 15 million, Napoli, gone. Solbakken wants to leave, 3.9 million, he's gone. And this is the beauty. Bove has gone over to Fenerbahce. He is now playing under Jose Mourinho again. That is a beauty. And it seems like the right back from Saudi is also potentially leaving, according to that Roma site. And it makes sense. Wesley has just come in, so yeah, he can move on. Real quick, Angelino as a left midfielder flies up to an 81 rating, and Wesley has gone up to a 78, changing him to a right midfielder. I'm really liking this team so far. Let's play a game against Lazio, of course. That is our city rival, and Evan Ferguson had to prove himself on the big stage. And Roma, well, we started off well. Ferguson was showing strength. Echeverri was playing incredible passes that the defenders were missing out on. And Ferguson, 80 minutes in, could have gotten the winner, but he didn't. 85 minutes in. Now El Ainaoui, beautiful movement, great pass, amazing control, and that finish is just pure class. 86 minutes in. It is the winner for AS Roma, and a beautiful moment for Ferguson to announce himself to the AS Roma faithful. And with that, lads, we have won the first game for us. After beating our city rivals, I was thinking that's already a good start to the season. But we actually finished third, which means we have qualified for Champions League football. The league title belongs to Inter, who have 89 points, a team that we have sold Zalewski to. And guess what? Coppa Italia belongs to Roma as well. 4-3 victory on penalties. We basically already kind of achieved all the things that Roma was missing lately. Champions League football, trophies on top of it, top 4 finishes. We've done all of that right here, right now. And I need to know how, because I didn't think our team was going to be good enough for this. Now, Ferguson is on a 78, only +2 growth, which is a bit worrying. We'll check his numbers in a second. But look at Wesley, up to an 81 at this stage. El Ainaoui, by the way, during gameplay, felt incredible. So even though he doesn't have any playstyles, which shocks me, he feels so good in gameplay. Angelino up to an 81, Dybala 87 rated at this stage. Defensively, Hermoso, Mancini, and Indica holding it down. Svilar has not gone up. What the hell is happening there? Maybe after this season he will. But Sule has gone up to a 79. Baldanzi has done the same. So Echeverri goes back to Manchester City because let's be real, he probably won't be sticking around at AS Roma. He's going to go back, and we have two players, specifically Sule, who has been amazing for AS Roma in the past season. No disrespect. I obviously knew I can use him once Echeverri is gone, but he is going to be taking over that position. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how well he's going to do for us down the line. And Dybala is the top scorer. No shock there, but that right there is impressive. 19 and 12 from Baldanzi. And Sule comes in with 18 and 8. Echeverri only with 9 and 2 compared to those lads. And Cristante has apparently been playing a bunch of games for us above Kone. As Echeverri goes back to Manchester City, El Shaarawy is retiring for us, and Darboe is going to be leaving the team too. 3 players leaving us as we go into the new season. Cristante to Inter for 28.1. Celik for 12.3 over to Betis, and Cherubini for about 2 million to Saudi. AS Roma apparently want to sign one specific player, and that man is Antonio Nusa. They are very much interested in signing him, and I'm getting him as the new number 7 for AS Roma. This is a huge signing for our team, obviously. Nusa is a big talent from Leipzig, who I just had in my latest rebuild as well. But fate has it that he returns once again. Angelino goes the other way. He actually came from Leipzig initially anyway, so he can go back there. We are getting Nusa at a great price and at a great rating. 82 rated. Goes over and takes over the left midfield position. Now, don't get me wrong. Nusa is not necessarily an up and down the pitch type player. This is a left wing, not necessarily a left midfielder, but in this formation it works, so we're gonna go ahead and use him in that left midfield spot for us. Down the line, obviously, we have Dybala, who's 32 years old. We'll have to make a decision on him as well. Maybe selling him to Saudi for a lot of money would be a good decision in the next season, but for now I'm actually very happy with this signing because apparently AS Roma really want him, so I finally made it happen. AS Roma have obviously let go of Leandro Paredes, an Argentinian midfielder, and just now we have sold Cristante. So I thought another Argentinian midfielder would be nice. And luckily, AS Roma are actually linked to Juan Ignacio Nardoni. This is a center midfielder I haven't used yet, but he plays for Racing Club over in Argentina, and he could be taking over the right center midfield position because Kone has completely dropped in potential due to the fact that Cristante was playing the last season. So we need someone to actually come in and keep growing. 24 years old at this stage, 79 pace, 75 passing, 76 dribbling, good defending and physicality, standing 5'11" tall. I'm really liking this signing. A player I have never used before, and if AS Roma actually end up getting him, I'm going to be interested in seeing how good this guy is. By the way, Bove has gone up to an 80 rating at the age of 24 under Jose Mourinho. And now it's time to step up. Coppa Italia finale. This time we get to play it ourselves. AS Roma against Napoli. 4 minutes in, Evan Ferguson. Look at that strength. Look at the control and the composure. First game where he played, he missed an absolute sitter 1v1. Now he has defenders surrounding him and he keeps his cool. That is the Evan Ferguson we need in order to go for titles. Osimhen for Napoli tried his best 17 minutes in. Didn't work. Sule, beautiful pass. Ferguson, look at that strength. The defender bounces off and the finish is just pure quality once more. Our Irish striker is doing an amazing job for us. And Dybala wants more out of him. Ferguson off he goes again. Finds the Argentinian midfielder who we have just signed. Nardoni scores for us. 50 minutes in. 3-0 against Napoli. That is a statement win. And yes, they tried. They went again. Osimhen did get himself a goal right here, but it was not enough. The trophy belongs to us. So let's share the good news first. Obviously, we have won the Coppa Italia. I sadly skipped past the celebrations, but we did beat Napoli 3-1 in the end. And in the Champions League, we had beaten Spurs. Quarterfinals, it was Bayern Munich. Semi-finals, we lost against Liverpool, who are now facing Real Madrid. Sadly, we couldn't make it further there. But when we go into the Serie A, you realize we won't be playing Champions League next season. We only got 71 points, missing out on top 3 by just 1 point. That is not good enough. I'm very disappointed with that. And next season, we need to be stronger and we need to be in the conversation of winning the title. Now, luckily, the team is getting better. Ferguson up to an 82, Soulé as well, Wesley 83, Nardoni has come in and done a decent job for us. El Ainaoui is looking stronger and stronger. Dybala has gone up to an 89 as a 33-year-old and Nusa is up to an 85. So generally speaking, I'm very happy, especially seeing that Svilar has gone up to an 84 as well. But I'm still very upset about the fact that we did so bad in the Serie A. And when we go over into the squad hub here, you'll see that we had some goals coming in. Lots of goals from Ferguson. 42 goal contributions. That is exceptional. So he's going to be the main man for us. It's decided. And Dybala, 22 and 10, doing a great job. Nusa, first season, good stuff. Soulé, very good. I need more though. Come on, guys. Let's step it up in the Serie A. Lads, it's time. Mancini and Hermoso are leaving the team. 2 aging centre-backs going, and we need new ones. And Bové is going out on loan to Aston Villa. He's now 82 rated. Actually, hold on. We do have Gilardi, okay? We're going to keep this man in the team and build him up. He is 78 rated, and this guy is still 27 years old, so we can get a 5 season out of him still. So I'm very happy with that. And yes, Hermoso is going to be sold as well. I've accepted an offer for him. Guess what? I thought Kusanov would look great in an AS Roma kit. I don't know why, but it just felt right. So I've decided to sign him for about 37 million from Manchester City, rescue him from their bench and put him into our starting 11. 81 rated. He has bags of pace in him, so I thought this would be the right move for us. Let's put Indica over onto the left centre-back position. Kusanov, now only 23 years old, 86 pace, 81 defending, 81 physicality, 6'1" tall. Being a right centre-back for us in a back 3, he will have to chase down a bunch of wingers if Wesley is not coming back and helping. So I just thought, this is perfect. Let's get him into the team. Jockey and Bruiser on top of it as well. A young man is walking through the doors of our club. A man that belongs to a French team. It is Oumar Diakite. Now joining us for 35 million, my friends. That is a deal that I had to make happen, and I also should be bringing down my table here. But 80 rated player to back up Evan Ferguson. And I needed that. When you look at our team, we have attacking midfielder, center midfielder. I mean, Baldanzi, by the way, is higher rated than Soulé right now. We have 2 center midfielders actually backing us up. We have Salahedin, who's quite a decent talent, by the way, for the left back spot. But we obviously don't have that position. So we have Rensch and Salahedin, who we probably should replace with winger backups and also bring in center back backups. But Diakite now comes in at an 80 rating, 23 years old, 82 pace, decent amount of shooting, 6 foot tall. He's gonna be a very good player to have in order to bring him off the bench. And now it was time to step onto the pitch in a Europa League finale against Spurs, who in real life obviously have just won this trophy. Johnson over to Odobert. Johnson gets it back, but Svilar is right there and ready. And it keeps going. 45th minute. Another huge chance wasted as our goalkeeper steps in and Ferguson gets injured, so Diakite has to play from now on. But that didn't change anything. 52 minutes in. Svilar is needed again and again, and he delivers to a level that I've not seen on a goalkeeper in FC25 this entire year. He was unbelievable. My defense made a mistake though. A penalty was given away. He couldn't save it even though he went the right way. It is 1-0 to Spurs and we're about to lose this. 81st minute. Diakite finds his way through 1v1. First chance missed. Second as well. And a slight tackle on top. But it wasn't enough. A minute later, we're through again. Diakite smacks it in. It is the equalizer that we needed in order to go into extra time. And in extra time, well, we went down to 10 men. Matthias Soulé was fighting Elanga, and the referee didn't like it. Then there was penalties. And Svilar, my God. Çalhanoğlu penalty saved. John Duran saved. And then Jan Min-hyuk saved. 3 penalties back to back he got, and Diakite had just stepped up to take the third, and he decides it. The striker got us back into the game and scored the winning penalty, but the hero is of course Svilar. What a performance that was, as Dybala gets to lift his final trophy as an AS Roma player. It is another European trophy. It would be boring if I told you that's the only trophy we won, right? AS Roma finally have gone ahead and won the Serie A title as well. So a long wait of like 24 years has now been concluded. And on top of it, we have won the first European trophy, apart from the Conference League, of course. This is great stuff, lads. 93 points, 55 on the goal difference. Exceptional. And exceptional is the team as well. Look at that. Ferguson 87, Soulé 87. Dybala initially dropped to an 88, now back up to an 89. Maybe because of winning the trophy, I have no idea. But Nusa 87, El Ainaoi's up there. Nardoni's up to an 85. I love that. Wesley up to an 86. Kusanov 84. Gilardi 82. Yes, he's taking his position. I like that. We're going to keep building him up. And the former Eintracht defender on an 86 with Svilar too. And our bench is looking great because I turned Wrench into a right mid and Salahedin into a left midfielder. And Kone and Pisili and Golini are doing a good job there being backups for us too. I do need to sign some centre-back backups though. Look at that. Ferguson comes in with 42 goal contributions. I believe he had that number once before. And then we have Dybala on 27 and 12. And this is going to be the final season of Dybala. After this one, we're going to let him go. Cash in on him while we can before he starts dropping. Soulé 13 and 12. El Ainaoui 10 and 4. Nardoni 9 and 5. Where's Baldanzi? 3 and 9 as a substitution. I like that, man. He's putting up good numbers, and once Dybala is gone, maybe he deserves to play. Let's begin with the new season and sign an Italian centre-back, shall we? This is Pietro Comuzzo now joining us. Originally a Fiorentina player. I believe he actually made a move this summer. I could be wrong, but anyways, he's now joining us at a 79 rating, which is good enough to put him straight onto the bench for us, which is going to be needed. And very happy that we actually got a centre-back in. We needed it. 67 pace, 60 dribbling for a centre-back. Pretty decent. But the 81 defending and the 6 foot really makes a difference for us. So hopefully he can play in a back three. And so Dybala is moving into Premier League football. Chelsea has purchased him for about 70 million now. Dybala is gone, and so is apparently the success. We're looking at AS Roma in the 4th position, just about qualifying for Champions League football once again as Inter wins the title. Yes, the Super Cup has gone our way, and also the Coppa Italia. So at least we do have some trophies to show. And also a great team, of course. I mean, Soulé now above a 90. He's on a 91 actually. And the rest of the team, the lowest rating is the 85 of Gilardi, who we're still building up, which I'm totally okay with. But at the same time, obviously with Baldanzi moving into the starting 11, we're now missing center attacking midfielders to come in and be subbed on. So I'm going to be taking that on in next transfer window. Statistically, Ferguson this time 31 goal contributions. Soulé 40. He is the main man of the team, and it shows. We're going in for a Dutch center attacking midfielder I've never used before. This signing is Ringo Meerveld. 35.8 million spent on him. Coming in at a rating of 80 at the age of 26 with 3 good-looking playstyles. Season's done and AS Roma are at the top of the Serie A once again. 92 points. What a gap to AC Milan. We've done an exceptional job there. But let's take a look at the Super Cup. Belongs to us. Coppa Italia belongs to Inter. That's okay, because our team has beaten Lille and then PSV Eindhoven, and after that Manchester City to make it to the final against Arsenal. Champions League trophy for the first time ever could be possible. And well, it truly is something that we could win. 92 rated Ferguson, 92 rated Soulé, 88 rated Wesley at this point. Nardoni up to a 90, El Ainaoui 91, Baldanzi 89, Nusa 92. Defensively, Ndika is just 30 years old now, 89 rated. Gilardi has caught up to the rest of the defense. Kusanov 88, and Svilar is one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now, with a very, very solid bench that I'm very satisfied with. And you know what I just realized? Beauvais is there. Look. Guys, I looked into the technicalities. Apparently, if Beauvais ends up taking whatever he has in and around his heart that is helping him stay alive, basically, if that is removed, he can play in Italy again. But if it isn't, he has to move to a different country. And he has already kind of said that he's not going to remove it because it risks his health. So, of course, Beauvais is probably going to end up playing somewhere else. But for this Champions League finale, I want him to be at least part of the squad in the Champions League final. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how many goals we actually scored. Well, Ferguson got 35 and 3. Our centre midfielder got 19 and 10. Our Cam got 18 and 13. Baldanzi alongside him got 37 goal contributions. And even the substitution, Merfeld, comes up with 19 goal contributions. Arsenal coming in with Trossard up top. Okay, Saka on the right wing. Gavi in midfield. Casado part of it as well. And Anthony Gordon, Joe Bellingham, Tomori, Miguel Gutierrez on the bench. Some of those guys should play. Arsenal actually have Jonathan David up top, Job and Gavi in that midfield, Anthony Gordon on the left wing, and Saliba and Schlotterbeck in the defense. That is some team, you know. So let's see if we can break it down. Ooh, that is very dangerous. Oh, wow. Yes, Kusanov. Clutch tackle. Terrible pass for me. Baldanzi all the way down the right. There is Wesley now making that beautiful run. Wesley back inside. Sule on his left foot. It's deflected. Oh, I missed my tackle. Jonathan David. Svilar. Oh, what a save, man. That should have been 1-0 to Arsenal, but instead we still are in this game. Let's go. Oh no, what the hell just happened there? Lads, clear it, for God's sake, please. Come on, Nardoni. Keep going, pal. What a terrible touch. What a terrible touch that was. How's he not offside? Oh my God, it's 1-0. All right, lads, this is not good. Not good at all. Sule, pass a move. We love to see it. Cross whipped in. Ferguson saved. Yes, Nusa. That's what I like to see. Left-footed. Oh my God. How does he hit the top of the net from that position? I need something. That's some ball. Wow. Nusa sprinting forward now. Nusa cuts back in. He has the room to keep going. Antonio Nusa. 5 minutes to go. Sule. Huge. Evan Ferguson. That's it. Unbelievable. He has done it again. The hero of AS Roma, Evan Ferguson. Thank you so much. We got so lucky with that steal. Sule gets the assist, and that is the most important finish of his career. Down the right goes Sule. He doesn't get it under control, but it's okay. We still have it with Nardoni. That's okay. It is going into extra time, but I'm going to be making some changes. I have not subbed on any player, and this is the time. Nusa is tired. Wesley is tired. Wrench and Salahadin coming on. And in the cam position, Merfeld gets a chance. And up top, Diakite. He helped us win trophies before. And in midfield, you know what? It's going to be Kone or Beauvais. Let's sub on Beauvais, shall we? Let's see how this one goes. Actually, hold on. I can sub on another one. Kone comes on too. Off we go with Salahadin. It's not quite Mo Salah, but it's okay. Beauvais, he's surrounded by too many people. Back across to Kone. Over to the right. Nice movement. Quality pass. Amazing finish. Diakite once again steps up for AS Roma when we need him the most. What a signing this has been. All the substitutions basically playing a role in the build-up. AS Roma might just win their first Champions League trophy. 120th minute, last free kick for Arsenal. Bukayo Saka, lots of power, and the save from Svilar. Referee, blow the freaking whistle, man. How are you giving them another chance? We're way past the first minute. It is finished. We are the Champions League winners. That is quite some achievement for this AS Roma team. They have done so well picking up these trophies. How about we top off the trophies with a Ballon d'Or for Evan Ferguson next to Mbappe and Vinny Jr. He is the one that gets the honor of lifting the trophy. Honestly, his big moment in the last few minutes of the game in regular time was what took us into extra time, and Diakite finished it off. So yeah, he played a big role as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Take care and peace.